have one of our favorite people, one of the most creative and talented brothers on the planet.
Amen.
And he's here right now with a new production of something of the utmost importance to our community. As you can see on the live stream, we are honored to have my brother Michael Oatman in the building. What's going on, Oatman?
How you doing, brother?
You good?
Yeah, why you want to lie on me? I'm fighting for my life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had an R. Kelly. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Had an R. Kelly.
Locked up.
I had an R. Kelly flash. I'm
You
sorry.
have an R. Kelly.
I just saw that nonsense.
And Mac over there looking at you
Sorry.
like Gail.
Apologies.
Robert, come on.
All right, Oatman, we have some guests in the building. Tell us what you have going on and who did you bring with us?
I brought with me Dr. Pamelia Tyree, who is a writer,
Dr. Pamela.
visionary, and the writer of Pieces of Me, which I have the honor to direct, and I also have Mrs. Christina Johnson, who is one of my strongest partners and collaborators on stage. We've done many things together that we've almost forgot. We've done so many good pieces, such as Fences and such. So glad to be in really great company.
All right, well, ladies, could you introduce yourselves? Well, Oatman just introduced, but tell us, how you came to be a part of this project, and you're the actual writer. So tell us about it. Talk about it.
All right, I am Dr.
Pull closer to the mic.
Pamelia Tyree. I want everybody to say that 5 times.
Okay, hit us with that again.
Pamelia.
Pamelia.
Yeah.
You're not just Pam, not Pamela. You're Pamelia.
That's right.
Pamelia.
That's
Okay.
something
Is
from
it spelled
Alabama
like
and
Pamela?
Mississippi. Pardon me?
Is it spelled like Pamela?
It's Pamelia.
Pamelia.
Okay,
Right.
Pamelia.
This is one of those tongue tires. I am the writer of Pieces of Me. This is my 9th production.
All right.
Okay.
And how it came about was because I see so many hurting women over time. I have a women's group called Women of Destiny. And I was really concerned that it's a lot of women that are hurting. And some of them have said things to me like, he beats me because he loves me. Things like that. So it came to me, I need to address abuse and women who are hurting in their relationships with their husbands who are dealing with infidelity and things of that nature. So that's the part that Christina is playing, a character named Dana. And she'll be able to tell you more about that.
Christina is playing Dana.
Yeah.
Talk to us about Dana.
Dana is a lot of our sister, mothers, friends. It's a story that's often repeated. No cultural background, just everywhere. Her husband has decided that she's no longer desirable and he's going to just venture out into the world and do what he wants to do, but she's kind of gotten fed up with it.
Now, did Oatman give you a call and say, I got this production, I need you in it, or how'd you get involved?
No, actually, Pamelia reached out to me after she had saw me in Fences at Aurora Theater.
Oh, so Oatman had nothing to do with it. He was trying to take credit for you being in the production. And it was Pamelia.
Right.
You like how I
You
got
get
that?
$10 for that.
All right, I need that $10. I take Cash App. But Oatman, now tell us about your involvement and how it came to you, and what brings you to do this thing.
Well, me and Pamelia.
See, you didn't have to say that until today.
Exactly. I'm Oatmelia.
Pamelia.
But we're friends, and we've had constant conversations about theater and different things we wanted to do. And what essentially happened was, I just came down one day because she had a photographer who canceled on her, and I said, well, Pam, I mess around with the camera too. I could just come down and shoot your ladies. Don't worry about it. Photographer, I'll just come down and knock that out for you.
Oatman is another Renaissance man.
Yes,
He's a man of many talents.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm doing any of them well, but yeah. And so we went down there and we were
one of our brightest lights.
we were taking photographs, and then we got to talking, and she was saying, well, could you come and help out, and maybe Pamelia, yeah, she kind of just draws you in. So before I knew it, I was directing the play. I didn't know. I started taking some pictures, and then we started working with actors, and then she was like, why don't you come in and help us out? And I said, okay, I love what the material is, and the material spoke to me. It was really strong, really strong voices. And not only that, it was really interesting because she occupies a really interesting space where it's not just church, it's not just this over here. It kind of operates in all of these different spaces, and no matter where you're coming from, you'll feel this peace. You can be a church person or you can be not a church person. It speaks kind of to all levels and all ladies. So I thought that was great, even all races.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many plays do you see nowadays that have a multiracial cast? So I thought that was really interesting. So.
Well, we're not even gonna get it started with you about racial cast.
See, why you have to? Why you have to? Come on,
the man who cast the
don't
white
do it.
Martin
Don't.
Luther King.
Oh no.
Here we go.
We're gonna get back to that later.
Go, Michael.
We're gonna get, but Dr. Pamelia.
Pamelia.
I'm taking your
Oh, my
$10 back.
$10 is gone.
No cash app. I'm giving it back.
Cash app got taken back.
Right.
Well, Oatman just brought up, so is this a faith-based play? Is this just for church people, or is it for just all people that are hurting, or just community people? Talk to me
I
about that.
think it's for all people. Just because I'm a church person doesn't mean I haven't had a previous life.
Mm-hmm.
So because I'm coming from all the different hurts I've had over time, I've been a street person. So that's how I end up drawing all these characters together, because sometimes you just can't be a church person, not in 2019, not to draw people to you who are hurting. Everybody's hurting. It's not a church thing. It's not a street thing. People are hurting in general. So these are women I've dealt with, or some of the pieces of me is about me. So it's a lifestyle thing. It's a community thing. I think that abuse is a community thing. People cheating on each other, that's a worldly thing. You know what I mean? So I tried to address everything pertaining to women.
Well, and in domestic violence, although men also are often victims, but in this instance, it's been a real problem of women being victims of domestic violence. And since I have two sisters on here with me, I'm going to turn it over to them and ask some questions about this.
What do you think, when doing this piece, how do you think it's helped motivate, encourage women, even some may have been in abusive relationships, how do you think, or what do you want women to take away from this play?
That there's hope. And it's also a safe place you can go to when it's dealing with domestic violence. Find a way out. Find someone that you can talk to in confidence and get moving. But don't just hop up and leave on Wednesday, because he slapped you on Wednesday morning. Sometimes it's a life issue. Sometimes it's people who are losing their lives, as we've seen right here in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to go to Popeyes, and he don't like that. So, you might get beat up. You might have a girlfriend who's trying to help you get out, and both of you guys are become victims. So it's a lot going on in that area, although the play is about all kind of things. Women trying to take the pastor down, women sleeping with their best friend's fiance, that kind of stuff. The stuff that we do. There's no longer a sister code, where I'm protecting my sister's feelings. I'm just doing what I want to do, when I want to do, how I want to do it, and who I want to do it with. So it's no more sister codes. So it's addressing everything.
Okay.
And just as a cast member and as one of the main, having the lead role, I would guess, or no lead roles, nice. But just being in the cast, what does it feel like to have to put yourself in that space of a woman, who may be a victim or maybe a survivor? What is that dynamic like?
It's amazing because just in talking to my castmates, us talking together, there are so many pieces of this play that has touched our own lives, that there's those sensitive moments just in talking, just in rehearsing your lines that kind of catch you like...
Because you'll need to get a little closer to the mic.
That kind of catch you like, okay, this is real talk, this is real womanhood, these are real issues. So it's that moment of being vulnerable, to be able to take on things you've seen in your own family, your friends. Very, very real.
And very raw, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see
Yes.
this. So, and I want to ask you, because Mr. Oatman, I know that we've had really good conversations, and you respect the matriarchs in your family so much. So, as a male, what is it like directing these ladies dealing with these issues? What was your takeaway from it? What experience is it bringing for you?
Well, I'll tell you in about 2 weeks. I'm sure I'll be pulling my hair because that's any play that I do. I don't care what message that I'm doing. Whenever I get into a play, I immerse, and I usually go crazy right up before tech. Today was the first day of the play. So right before we go up, I will be fretting every decision, worried about every light, fretting about every line, because it's so important. It's so important for me to tell the story and to honor the playwright. So I'm just in a crazy frenzy trying to get that up. So I don't worry about much else. I let Pam worry about the high-minded stuff. I got to get her lights right. And I got to make sure these lines are good. I got to make sure that these actors look good when they're delivering these messages. And with a piece like this, I let the writing take care of the rest. I let it carry the weight. I don't try to have it be about me. It's really about this wonderful woman and her words. And I just got to do that, honor. If I do that, I don't care about anything else. And I can attest to that because I've ended my career at least 3 times. But as long as I told the story that I set out to tell, I'm fine with that. So
Okay, and I do want to ask, as a writer, how much trust do you need to have in the producer, of the director, in Oatman, to make sure that your story that you wrote, that you gave birth to, correctly comes to life on that stage?
It's like having a baby in an incubator. When you first write it, you're very careful with it, and then you pray about a few things, and you ask God to direct you to who is going to take that baby out of that incubator and make it live, and make it whole, and make it be prosperous. And that is what I know for a fact. I've sat in the audience and watched Michael Oatman do with his characters. And so it came to me that he would be the number one person to take my baby out of the incubator and make it whole again.
That's awesome. And then do you want to give the information on when, where, what time for the play?
The production will be held at Holy Trinity Multicultural Arts Center at 7209 Woodland Avenue. It's a beautiful place. And it will be Saturday, April 6, 2019 at 3 and at 7 p.m. You can purchase your tickets on Eventbrite, or for group tickets, you can call 216-240-7028.
Okay. You want to say that number again so people know?
216-240-7028, and the tickets are $30 per person.
Now, is there a social media page that anyone can follow or anything like that?
Just probably me on Facebook right now.
Okay.
Or
Facebook?
My Facebook page is PameliaTyree, or you can follow it on James Wade III's page, and he's the president or the mayor, y'all
The
call
mayor!
Well, before we go, if you guys want tickets, you got one more time to give us a call. We have a few left, and the number here is 216-578-1490.
And just in case you don't make the call, how about the first person to hit us on the live stream and say, I want tickets.
I want tickets.
And it cannot be my mother saying that.
Oh, wow.
Look at Mom just popped up.
Or Mabel, right?
My mother did tell me who Mabel was.
Okay.
All right, so, but I think James got you hooked up on tickets anyway, Ma. He
got
knows
the
you
hookup.
anyway.
Yeah.
That mama heard.
and they're playing the music. Okay, there we go. Marcherie wants tickets. So we have to, can we get Marcherie?
Oh, and I'll be proud for the Lee Harvard area.
That James Wright repping for Lee Harvard. That's right. So
Congratulations,
Marcherie
Marcherie.
won the tickets. All right. So we appreciate everybody coming down. Oatman, you always can come back. You always bring great people with you. And you brought the mayor. So thank you, ladies, for coming. Big ups to Mecca B
Michael.
Sunshine, Jerry Prim still in the building, and the lovely Miss Travion, Cleveland, Ohio, in all parts, north, east, west, and south. You know that we love you. When you see me, talk to me. We out of here. Peace.
Be sure to come see Pieces of Me, April 6, 2019, at Holy Trinity, 7209 Woodland Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. Tickets are $30. And group rates can be purchased by calling 216-240-7028. You don't want to miss Sonny and Ebony, just 2 of the 10 women who are going to be telling their stories about life issues. Be there. Go to Eventbrite and purchase your tickets today.